guys, I am in Frisco and I am about to catch a swarm or collect a swarm that's in this peach tree. So, but I'm really chasing, a storm is chasing me, so I've really got to hurry. So I'm gonna set up my tripod so I can try to capture this for you guys, but my camera doesn't really like rain, so hopefully I can get it done. So let me give you a shot of them. There's a good shot. So the queen's in the middle there. And they're collecting up here and to go find a new home. So let's get them. Oh no, it's starting to rain.
Yay, I was able to find an umbrella to put my camera under so I could film it for you guys. And right here what I'm doing is I'm using a nuke box, which you can get at any bee supply store, to sweep this little swarm into the box. And hopefully I get the queen. If I get the queen, then they'll all just file in if I get her in the box. So bees are pretty docile when they're swarming like this. They do fly around a bit. Oh, but here comes the rain. I'm searching for the queen, really looking for her to see if I've gotten her. But I had to close up, as you can see, and just try to put that box as close as I could to the swarm. I've never collected a swarm during the rain before like this. Thankfully the rain let up really quickly, so I was able to just move the box a little closer to the swarm, and hopefully, I was hoping that they would all just start filing in.
Hopefully we've got the queen. I think we do from the way the bees are acting. They're going in. I don't know if you guys can see, but they put their butts up in there and they fan the scent of the queen. So come on home. There's our new home. So hopefully they'll all clear off this branch and go in that box, and then we'll seal it up and go home. Introduce them to their new hive. The rain's holding off, yay. I am so thankful. Thank you, Lord, for these bees. The wind and waves still know your name. There, maybe now you can see them kind of fanning. They stick their butts up in there and they fan. Let the other bees know. This is home now. All hail the queen. There are less and less bees on the branch. Except there's one clump over here. Come on, guys. Get in there. You're gonna miss the ride home. Or girls, I should say. Go, 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 go. So this is my safety net for the ride home in the car. So I've got a pretty long way to go, so I don't want to be driving down the highway and have a bee bothering me, or several. I tried to get all of them. Of course there are going to be some left, so that's sad, but you can't get them all. And some of course are out in the field, so. Alright you guys, I got my bees home with no problem at all. Smooth ride back, so that's awesome. Never a good thing to have bees loose in the car while you're driving on the freeway. So that's great. But my adventure is not over. As you can see behind me, there are bees going in and out of my hive. Now I don't think this is bees set up in my hive. I think these are robbers robbing out the last of the honey that I left. So I need to get in there and check out what's going on with my hive. Be great if a swarm moved in. I've got another home for these bees, but I don't think that's the case. I think they're just robbers. So it's kind of a quandary. It might be hard setting these up in this hive because then the robbers are gonna come and they're gonna fight. And they might get defeated because this is a little swarm. So check out what's going on here. Okay you guys, it's just like I thought. These are just robber bees. They're stripping the honey that I left in the hive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my little bees in here anyway. I'm gonna fix them a robber screen up for them. Let me show you. So you guys, what I've done is I've used some corks to plug up these holes to make a smaller entrance. I'm just leaving one entrance hole so they can defend that easier here on this landing strip. And this is a robber screen right here, and I need to make a little repair down here, so I will do that. Probably with just some duct tape, but that's the kind of the way it works. It covers the entrance, and this is the hole for the entrance. It's a little pencil hole right there. The bees can go in one at a time. So the premise is that the bees will be in their home, they'll come out and they'll find this hole. This is the way out, and they'll know it, but the robber bees will not know it. They will keep going for the entrance here and the smell of the honey here, and they won't be able to get in. So it's like creating a maze to the doorway of the bees' home. So hopefully that will work. I'm hoping this is the right thing to do with this little swarm. Cross your fingers, everybody. I feel like I'm attracting more bees by the minute here. Hard to know what to do. Hopefully I got the queen in there. Sure I did. Time to set up shop, guys. Getting a big head start here. I put a little bit of comb here that has a little tiny bit of honey in it to try to kind of distract the robbers away from this hive. Okay, I'm going to open up the bottom here to give them some ventilation. There we go. So there's netting under there. If you guys can, I don't know if you can see that. All right. A lot of bees flying around and clumping up. Okay, there's so many bees flying around in the air. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't want to put up the robber screen just yet until they've all gone in. So, a little bit more complicated than I was thinking. I really hope I'm doing the right thing. I hope I haven't set these bees up for failure with another attacking hive. But hopefully these other bees will give up when they see that there's a strong colony here. Well, it's a little colony, so they're not strong yet, but hopefully. Let's see, I think there's some also. Oh, there were some clumping up here, but they're getting less. There's some clumping up on the bottom. Yeah, a lot on the bottom. So I think I'm gonna leave it like it is now. I can't decide whether to put up the robber screen or not. And I can't really close up the hive with all these bees out here. Hard to know what to do. As long as the queen's in there, they should go in there. And I think she is. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. So fun to be able to get so close and watch them. Hey you guys, this is a day or a job that I've not been looking forward to, and basically I can sum it up with my roosters are crowing. So I have to do something about that. I was able to sell a couple of them, but I have a few left to process. So I got a few tools to make that easier for me. I'll show you. Out with the old street cone that the kids drug up from the creek years ago that we had to modify to make it smaller. And I got actually a professional cone. So that should make things a bit easier. Yeah, see what I mean? So there's the chum bucket. The other thing I got was this great burner, which is gonna serve as a camp stove for us. And if we ever have a snowmageddon again, we will always have, you know, a propane tank in this. So if we lose power, in other words, we can cook with this. Not inside, always outside, but this would be available. So that's gonna make things easier for me. I usually try to do it on the stove and then bring out the hot water to dunk the chicken in to defeather it. Or I do it on a campfire. So this is gonna be great. So I set my little station up here with everything I need. Sharp knife, cutting board, a bone clipper, and the bowl for the organs. All right, and water. Water that's available at all times, so. Okay. Let's heat our water. I wish I had a little bit bigger pot. That'll be the next thing on the list. Just a really big pot for this purpose. Oh, I forgot my thermometer. I gotta go get that. And let me add clip-on thermometer to the list, but right now we'll use this one. It's the meat thermometer.
This is just a hard part of homesteading sometimes for me, but if you are going to incubate eggs and hatch your own chicks, then you're going to end up with roosters, and you're not going to be able to get rid of them all. So you're going to have to do this. This is just a part of homesteading, but it's also really good to use all of the animal and make great nutritious food for your family. That is part of homesteading also.
YouTube doesn't like me to show these things, but I just hung the chicken upside down, put it in the cone, and just slit its throat and let it bleed out.
The perfect temperature for the water is about 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And I used to hold the bird and dunk it up and down, but a friend of mine taught me that it's really good to dunk the whole bird because then you can peel the feet and use those for the stock. To see if the bird's ready to pluck, just pull on the end feathers. Or you can try to peel the feet and the skin will come off easily, and then you'll know that your bird is all done and you can use those nutrient-rich feet for your stock. Now it's the arduous task of plucking the bird. And as you can see, these birds, once they start crowing, they're not huge, so they don't really make a lot of meat, but it really does, especially if you use the feet, make a really nutritious stock for your family. As you can see, the yellow skin has been peeled off the feet there. Now, I'm not going to show the whole butchering process because I really need someone to film me if I'm going to do that. It's hard to control the camera angle and also butcher the bird. There it is, all ready to go, cleaned up and ready for the stock pot. I thought making chicken stock would be the best recipe for this video. And all I do is chop up carrots, celery, onion, garlic, parsley, and the spices I put in it are salt and pepper, of course, and thyme from the garden, and it just let it simmer all day long to make a really golden, rich, nutrient-filled broth for my family. And don't forget to use those chicken feet. It really makes a rich, rich broth for your family.
Hey you guys, my son John is getting married to a beautiful young lady in just a little bit, and so we wanted to make a really special artwork that would be really special and meaningful for them. And so I saw this message that I really liked, and so together they built a life they loved. And I decided I wanted to do something like that, but it was missing something. In the center of every marriage should be Christ. So it was missing Christ. So I decided to add that to the artwork. So together with Christ, they built a life they loved. And so what I'm going to do is, I shopped for canvases and they were pretty expensive. So I was able to find an artwork for $15. So what I'm going to do is just sand off this message, and I'm going to paint the background white with some brown streak, with some shading, and then I'm going to stain the wooden rim around it, the wooden frame, like a dark brown. And then my sweet hubby works for a printing company, so he printed this out for me just the right size. So I'm going to use graphite paper. I'm not going to freehand this. I'm going to use graphite paper to just press, and it'll imprint. As I trace it, it'll imprint my artwork on the page, or on the canvas, or the picture. And then of course I'm going to lower this down, and I'm going to put with Christ in there. And I'm thinking maybe some birds perched here on the R here. So we'll see. We're going to get busy and make it happen. I think it's going to be good.